To prepare the tomato sauce, I have taken 700 grams of tomato, which is a globe tomato. The best result comes from the Roma tomato, but most of the places people find difficult to get a Roma tomato. If you have a Roma tomato, please do use the Roma tomato because it has a less seed. And I have taken 6 cloves garlic, and I have taken a half cup of white onion chopped, and just 5 grams of chopped parsley and 10 grams of basil leaves. So first we are going to blanch the tomato and we will just remove the skin. So prior to blanching the tomato, I have just removed the head from here, and I'm going to give a nice slit cut over here so it's easy to take out the skin. So like this, we will just give a cross mark. Okay, so let's prepare for the blanching. So here I have some boiling water going on, so I'm just going to put both the tomatoes and I will count 10 seconds. And now it's 10 count is done, 10 second is done. I'm just going to take it out, and on other hand I have ice cold water in a bowl, so I'm going to just put it here and let the tomato get cooled down. So tomatoes are almost cooled down. So now we are going to take out the skin like this. It's very easy to remove. Just go for 10 seconds, or you can just count by yourself 10 and just remove. Otherwise, most of the time tomato gets overcooked. Okay, so like this, we are going to remove all of that. Now we are going to cut it half. And basically we will just give a roughly chop to it. Like this, all of them, we are just going to cut it. Now gently crush this garlics like this. Okay. In a pan, I'm just taking a 50 ml of oil, which is olive oil, which will give you better flavor. Now I'm adding the garlic into it, and just we will saute for a couple of seconds to infuse the flavor of the garlic into the oil. Beautiful aroma is coming out from the garlic and the olive oil. It's really giving now eating like Italian food. So now I'm adding up onion, which is roughly chopped, half cup of white onion. So we will just cook for a while, like just 1 minute. So now the onion is almost translucent. At this stage, I'm going to add the tomato. Mix well. Now adding up half tablespoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper powder, and our 10 grams of chopped basil, 5 grams of parsley to give a mix to it. We'll cover with the lid and let it cook for 5 minutes on a medium-low temperature till this tomato gets softened. So it's almost 5 minutes. Let's see how our tomato looks like. So you can see they are almost softened. So at this stage, I'm just going to add 1 cup of water and let tomato get cooked properly, more softened. So we are going to cook for another 7 to 8 minutes. Almost 8 minutes. Let's see how it looks like. Wow, they are so beautifully cooked. Tomatoes are very much cooked. So at this stage, I will just like to add 1 tablespoon of just balsamic vinegar, which will kill the tartness of the tomato, because balsamic vinegar is bit of sweet inside, and this is an optional. If you don't like to use, you don't use. So I'm just adding a balsamic vinegar, just 1 tablespoon of, and it will give a very good flavor to it, and also it will help and also it works as a preservative, so we can also keep this one for 1 week in our fridge. So now this tomato sauce is ready. Now we need to make a blend of it to make a nice smooth sauce. Or also you can, if you don't want it to blend, you can also use like a rustic way of sauce, but I wanted to blend it. So now I'm going to take it out from the flame and let it cool down before we blend it. Meantime, the sauce is getting cold. We will just prepare the chicken. So I have taken a 3 chicken breast over here for the 3 portion. So here you can see the chicken breast on the top side is very thick. So I'm going to show you how we are going to prepare this, and we will first flatten up. Okay. So I have taken a Ziploc bag and I'm just putting the chicken breast inside. If you don't have Ziploc bag, you can also take a saran wrap, and then we are you can use the mallet, or you can use any of your rolling pin, and just give a gentle smash to the thicker part to make the same thickness of the breast. So everywhere we will be just giving gentle, so we just breaking down all the tissues from the thicker part, and we will just make it same thickness all over. Here they are all flattened up very well. I will just take it out and show you. So like this. So we are going to prepare all the breast. We are preparing the breading for the chicken. So I have taken a 2 whole egg. We are going to break it up and mix it well for the binding. And then I have taken here 3/4 cup of breadcrumb and 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. And here I have taken just 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. Now I'm just going to add 1/2 teaspoon of Italian seasoning to the breadcrumb to just give a better flavor. This is a blend of rosemary, basil, oregano, and it comes mixed. And then I'm going to add it 1/2 teaspoon of pepper and 1/2 teaspoon of salt, because the Parmesan is already salt contained, so we will just add the 1/2 teaspoon. And the same here, we are going to add another 1/2 teaspoon of salt to the flour and 1/4 teaspoon of the pepper. So let's give a nice mix to it. So when you will coat the chicken, so you have all the seasoning and flavor on a chicken. And now here we are going to mix all of them like this, because this is the final coating. And now we are going to add also the Parmesan cheese into it. We're going to make the binding, adding up the 2 eggs. And just mix well. Again, we are going to do the 3-way of battering system. So I have a flour here. So first we will just coat the chicken breast with the flour, and we will dip it in the egg. And now we are going to do the crumb coating. So here I'm going to use my dry hand and nicely will coat them. So like this way we are going to coat all of them, and we will keep it on a plate. We'll just shallow fry the chicken and then we will bake it. It will be just taken 2 to 3 minutes, Okay, each side we will just give 1 minute and we will just take it off, and the rest of the cooking we will be doing in the oven. So I have prepared a tray over here for the cooking in a oven. So oil is hot already. We are not making too hot to the oil. We are just going to give a color to the chicken. So right now the oil is hot. So I'm just spinning it. And now just turning. So this much only color we are going to give it to the chicken, and we are going to transfer to the tray. So same with all of the chicken. So all 3 of them are ready. Now I'm going to put it in an oven for 350 Fahrenheit for 12 minutes to get the chicken at 165 Fahrenheit. So the internal temperature should be 160 Fahrenheit. So the sauce is already cooled down. So I'm just put it in the blender, and I'm giving just 2 to 3 seconds of puree. So the tomato sauce is very much ready, and this is for the pasta. You can also use this sauce on a pizza base also, and now we can store this one for a week in our fridge. So the meantime the chicken is getting ready in the oven, we are just going to boil the pasta over here. So water is getting boiled, and we are going to add oil and salt into it. Just 1 tablespoon of oil and 1 tablespoon of salt to it, so the pasta will get a flavor into it. So let the water boil, and then we are going to use 150 grams of spaghetti noodles. The chicken are come out from the oven. They are very well cooked. They have just crossed the 165. Now I'm going to show how we will just slice the chicken, cut it down like this. And on top of that we will put, it's up to you, you like to have a more cheese on it, you can put. So I'm just putting a 2 slices of Swiss cheese on top, and I'm just transferring to the chicken again back to the tray. So like this, and prior to serving we will just melt the cheese and the chicken, and then we will top it on the pasta. The water is boiling. Now I'm going to add this 150 grams of spaghetti over here, and just try to push it down, and we will just cook for 7 to 8 minutes till they get the al dente. It's almost 8 minutes. Let's see, the pasta has to be al dente. So I'm going to show you what we call it, where we just cut it. This one you can just see here on the center, just a white uncooked part. At this moment we are going to drain out and run through the pasta with the cold water, because the residual heat of the pasta will get cooked remaining part. So now we will prepare the final sauce for the pasta. So I'm adding up just 50 ml of olive oil. Now oil is hot. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic. You're not going to burn the garlic, just it has to infuse the flavor. And this is chili flakes, is an optional. I'm just adding 1 teaspoon of chili flakes. You can add the black pepper instead. And now I'm going to add the 8.5 ounce of tomato sauce which we prepared. We will check the seasoning. If it's required, we can add some salt to it. Adding a little bit of salt, so I'm just adding a quarter teaspoon. It depends on your taste because the tartness of the tomato will give you a different measurement of seasoning, so add it according to your taste bud. This is very much ready. Now I'm adding up the spaghetti. Mix well. The spaghetti and sauce looks really very yummy. Now we are just going to add for more flavor of basil. I'm adding up 1 tablespoon of chopped basil to it and give a nice toss to it. And your spaghetti is ready for service. Now we are going to put the chicken and the cheese in the oven for a couple of seconds till the cheese gets melt. So this is how our chicken parmesana is ready for service, and I have plated the pasta. Now I'm putting some Parmesan cheese on top, and chicken is also very much ready. I'm going to place this on the top of the pasta. It looks so delicious. And small basil for the garnish. So I hope you must have enjoyed making Italian style homemade chicken parmesan pasta. If you like this video, please do not forget like and subscribe our channel. See you soon. Till then, eat healthy, stay healthy.